Tell me about Goalsetter. Why did you start this company?
I had all of these great gigs in corporate America. I was at Nickelodeon. I ran nickjr.com and noggin.com. And they are really focused on how do you create content that's engaging and exciting and at the same time educational. And that's what I love. I wasn't hankering to be an entrepreneur, but my daughter said to me one day, Mommy, for my 9th birthday, 9th, Frank, 9th, I really only want 2 things, enough money to save for an investment account and a bike. And I thought to myself, if I can get every kid in America to say that, I can change the world.
Doesn't really want to talk about money, but it is a real issue.
Nobody wants to talk about money, right? But kids want to talk about money. If you get 1,000 kids into a room and say, how many of you like money? All of them will raise their hands, right? Everybody's going to raise their hand. But here's the problem. Adults are uncomfortable talking about money, and no one ever teaches the kids about money, even though they want to talk about it.
TikTok, YouTube, Goalsetter, competing with them for the attention of youth. How do you do it?
When I was at Nickelodeon, we used to say, it's our job to make sure that parents turn on that television to Nickelodeon. And once they're there, it's our job to make sure kids say, don't turn that channel. And that's exactly what we do at Goalsetter. We take a nod from gamification, from entertainment, from media, and we bring that into a financial app. Our quizzes are rooted in memes and gifs from popular culture. So when Beyonce says, can you pay my bills, can you pay my telephone bills, we use that to explain. Beyonce wouldn't need anyone to pay her bills. If she would just save for an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of her expenses, Beyonce could pay for her own bills. And kids love that.
We have a lot of executives from financial institutions here. And Goalsetter has a platform. And Goalsetter has a chance here to get them to understand what a great partner you could be. So what would you like to say to all the executives and financial institution people watching us today?
Partnering with Fiserv has enabled us to partner with all of the banks and financial institutions that you serve to help them cultivate their next generation of customers. So they are bringing in their next generation of customers on a platform that is literally world-class and just won the 2022 FinTech Breakthrough Awards for the best personal finance product in the country.
I love the vision. I love the partnership. Everybody wants to talk about FinTech. How do you see that market in the future, and how do you see it changing in the future?
FinTech allows people like me who have a background that, quite frankly, doesn't come out of finance, doesn't come out of banking, to bring new ideas and new experiences to consumers that they never before dreamed of. The thing that I love about FinTechs partnering with banks, though, is that it is taking all of the expertise that's in the banking industry for how do you do this all right? How do you do it securely? How do you do it safely? How do you do it quickly? And it is building upon that infrastructure that is so important, all of the new fun and cool user experiences that are so important. And so when you have both of those side by side and working together, then you have a very powerful 1-2 punch that's unstoppable.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I think, it's about a path forward ultimately for the consumer. You're a Black woman, you're a founder, you're a trailblazer, and as you talk to all the executives here, what can you tell them that can help them advance their diversity and inclusion initiatives?
Wow, that's such a fantastic question. And it's a fantastic question because it's coming from a person who, we wouldn't be sitting here, quite frankly, if you didn't step up and say, we're going to partner with Goalsetter. And so what I would say is that, if every one of us could just give someone a chance who has never had that chance before, you will be surprised and delighted with the effort because they're hungry for that opportunity and they're appreciative of it when you give it to them. So, I would ask everyone out there to ask WWFD, what would Frank do? And what Frank did do is Frank invested. He invested his time and attention and networks and support, all of the things that any company needs in order to be successful. In fact, we need it even more because it's 98 times harder for me. Less than 2% of funding in America goes to Black female entrepreneurs. So, you know, what we would ask is that all of you just stand outside of your doors and leave the light on for someone.
The theme of all of this is creating a smarter future. How do you see that with Goalsetter in mind?
Well, you know, we're in Brooklyn today.
No place better.
No place better. I'm with you. And there's a young lady in Brooklyn. She is 13 years old. And NBC News interviewed her and said, "What do you love best about Goalsetter?" And she had hundreds of dollars on her account, Frank. Can you imagine if you had hundreds of dollars when you were 13? And she said, "The thing that I love best about Goalsetter is that it teaches me things about money that I never knew I was supposed to know. I thought money was all about saving some and spending some, but now I know it's about frugality and compound interest and the rule of 72. And she was 13 years old. We're creating a smarter future by taking the brilliance of kids today and applying it and cultivating it and nurturing it so that the kids of today are going to bring all of us the smarter future of tomorrow. They will be the smarter future tomorrow."
Children, nothing better for a smarter future. Couldn't have had a better person here than yourself. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you for the Fiserv team and to the Fiserv team.